Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and the news that our newest episode of the podcast is up on the podcast channels, I believe, so search for it there. We'll probably put it up on the channel tomorrow as well, so you could listen to it via YouTube if you want. Also, I do have to congratulate some more people on finishing the Patreon reward puzzle for the month, the Hitchhiker's Guide Sudoku Hunt. So very well done to Mike Martin, Joshua Jelinek, John Andrew McCulloch, Beth Elliott, Sammy, Sovereign Chess, and John Wolfe. There were a couple of people after that who sent in a solution, but without the right thing that we need highlighted. I feel guilty not mentioning them, but it kind of protects the integrity of the people who did get the highlighting right, so well done to them. If your name didn't get read out and you sent it in before 9:15 this morning UK time, check your highlighting. And those were people over the last 2 days, by the way. Now, why am I recording at 9:15 this morning? I had to get up early to deliver my son to his school on a Saturday because he's off to play a sports fixture against my old school, actually. So I guess I win either way. Anyway, good luck to him. Now, what have we got going on today? Well, we've got a puzzle for people who might be interested in having a go at a puzzle test. What do we call them? A kind of a competition on Logic Masters India, where they are running it's very like the Grand Prix. There are themed rounds. It's called the Sudoku Mahabharat. And this month's, which runs from yesterday through to the 16th, so you still have time to register with Logic Masters India and try that test. And you know, you can get very addicted to competitive solving. I certainly have in the past. I haven't had a go at any of the rounds of the Mahabharat this year, but who knows, I might well have a go at this one. Anyway, Akash Dulani, friend of the channel, came up with a sample of one of the puzzle types, and this is his version of outside little killer Sudoku. So worth practicing if you are going to have a go at the Mahabharat round. And the rules are relatively straightforward, I think. So there's two variant rules. As well as normal Sudoku rules, we have these little killer clues which add up. Let's choose one where we can have repeats. They add up the sum of the diagonal they're pointing at. So these are the clues with the arrows. And therefore these 4 cells must add up to 22 as indicated there. As I say, they can include repeated digits. And then we have outside clues. And these tell you digits that any digit mentioned in an outside clue must appear in the first 3 cells from that direction. So these 3 cells must contain 2 and 6. These 3 must contain 7 and 9. That's all we get. And that is the puzzle. Do have a go at it on the link under the video, where you can also find how to buy our apps if you really are addicted to the solving, or how to get to Patreon or Discord. Well worth it. Oh, I must mention Clover's incredible video about setting puzzles, which is on the channel. I mean, that really is well worth watching, even if you're just a solver. As several people have said, don't just say it's for setters. Even just solvers will be very interested to know what's going through the minds of these brilliant people who set puzzles for us. Anyway, that's on the channel. So all of that is just the preamble. We can have a go at this now. Let's get cracking. Well, the great thing when you get a 1-cell little killer clue is you can enter it. So we can put in 8 and 4 there. Now, this 12 has to either be made up of 5, 7, or 3, 9. Yeah, that's good. Right, there's a 9 clue here. And it can't be, there are 3 ways to make up 9 in 3 different digits, which those must be because they're in the same box. One of them is 2, 3, 4, and we can rule that out immediately because of this 4 in the same box. Now, it could be 1, 2, 6, therefore, or it could be 1, 3, 5. But actually, 1, 3, 5 causes a clash with this, because one of those digits is needed in this 12 cage. So it must be a 1, 2, 6 set. Oh, and this is where we can start using the outside clues. Look, 1 and 2 have to be in this group of cells. Actually, what I normally do with outside Sudoku, and I haven't done it here, is I pencil mark them to death. Anyway, what I could have done is filled in the possibility, the corner marks that say 1 and 2 in this box must be in those 3 cells. And then I can see that they look across and they mean that this can't be 1 or 2. That has to be a 6. That is possibly going a bit too far. So I'm not going to do that. I tell you what I'll do in this puzzle is I will corner mark cells where there are only 2 possibilities. So actually here we can write in a 9 because this says there's a 9 in one of those 3 cells. This says there's a 9 in one of those 3, and the only conjunction of those is there. That means that 7 is in one of those 2, 5's in one of those 2. As I say, I'm not going to pencil mark the 1 because there's 3 possibilities. But this 7 now, there's only 2 possibilities because one of those is a 7 and 7 can't appear here. Same applies up there. 9's in one of those 2. 2 and 8, no, 2 and 4. Lots of 2's. All right, 2 can actually be filled in here because of that 2 and that 2 and 4 there. They also conjoin with the upper clue. That means that 2 is restricted to one of those 2 cells. But we will keep an eye on these clues. Even when I haven't pencil marked them, we'll use read across occasionally. 4 is now in one of those 2 from this clue on the right. And 6 and 3 up there. Okay, I think that's probably as much as we can do. And I think that we are going to have to go back to working on these little killers instead. Now, what's 15 here? Yes, okay, these 2 cells can't be 1, 2, 4 or 6. And this is either 3, 9 or 5, 7, so they can't be 3 and 5. So although they can include 3, 5, 7, 8 or 9, they can't be both 3 and 5, so they must add up to at least 10. And that means these 2 outside cells can be at most adding up to 5, and they can't use a 4. So they must use the digits 1, 2 and 3. And what does that mean? That means they add up to somewhere between 2 and 6. So these add up to between 9 and 12. But in fact, they can't use 3 and 5. So they must add up to at least 10. But at most 12. So they must use either the 3 or the 5, as does that. So in fact, this cell is left to be either 7, 8 or 9 in a 17 cage. In a 17 sum. Oh, that, yeah, there is a 2 in one of those. Oh, I don't know. 7, that has quite a lot of possibilities. Oh, actually, hang on a second. In theory, 7 can be made up in 3 ways, but each of those 3 ways could be either way round. So there are 6 possible fills with, well, any of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 in this cell, but it's already seeing a 4 and a 6. And then the counterpart numbers of that would be 6, 5, 4 and 2, but we've got a 5 clue saying that 5 in row 1 has to be in one of those cells. So actually this comes down to 1, 3 or 5 here, which all happen to be odd. I don't think parities are part of this puzzle, it's just a coincidence here. I'm getting a bit stuck now. This can't be a 3 because 3 is in one of those cells. Does that have any implication for this? No, it could still be a 1 with those adding up to, well, 13 or 12. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look at this area. I think this is interesting. Yeah, I was just thinking, whatever this 15 clue has, there is a knock-on effect on the 17. And what I'm going to do now is add up this whole area according to these clues. 17 plus 15 plus 9 is 41, plus 12 and 4 is 57. That's what this whole area adds up to, according to these 5 clues. Now, you know the secret that the digits from 1 to 9 add up to 45. So 57 includes this area that adds up to 45. So if we take that out, yeah, these two little L-shaped triominoes add up to 12. Now, that is the absolute minimum they can add up to if they are both 1, 2, 3. So that's what they must be. That's brilliant. Okay, really nice puzzle from Akash here. That can't be a 3 because we know that 3 is in one of these, so that is 3. We know 4 is in one of these 3 cells, so it must now be here. What do we know down here? Nothing from the outside clues. That can't be 3 now, so we're getting that narrowed down as well. This can't be 3. Oh, very, very clever that. I didn't see that coming at all. This 37 looks absolutely useless. I'll tell you what's absolutely useless in this puzzle is this central box. It doesn't feature in any of the little killer clues or any of the outside clues. So that is of no use to us. Hopeless. Right, 4 and 4 and 4. Bit of regular Sudoku. We can stick a 4 in there. And this adds up to 15. So these two add up to 11. They can't be 4, 7 or 8, 3. They're either 5, 6 or 2, 9. Seven and 9. Oh, one of these is a 5, just according to the outside clue. 7 and 9 are up here. Actually, I was just cursing this middle box for being useless, but I can see from the positions of 9s and 7s in the outside clues. And I said I wouldn't pencil mark where there are 3 possibilities, but they're quite interesting because 9, 7 and 2 all appear in row 4, 5 and 6 outside clues, so that we do know something about where they appear in the central box. So that might turn out to be useful at some point. Now, if that was 2, 4, 9, this would be 6, 1. That would be 8. I don't think we can pull the same trick here, by the way. I mean, it's worth looking at, but these add up to 43, 58, 65, 73. You take out the 45 and you're left with 28. And that is not as useful a sum for these two areas. So worth checking, but it doesn't come to anything this time. So what are these two going to be? Oh, hang on. There's a 1, 2, 3 triple. So this can't be 3. So this is definitely a 5, 7 pair. Right, bingo. That's useful. Now, these can't be 8 and 9, or we'd have blown the 15 sum already, so they definitely include a 3. They either add up to 11 or 12. So these outies, if you like, add up to 4 or 3. But they could be 2, 2. Oh, it doesn't look like I can do anything with that. I'll tell you what I can do, though. A 1, 2 pair, looking up at this, and this 7 sum has finally come down to only one possibility. 6 and 1. So, yes, this has to be a 2, 9 pair. That 1 is looking down at this. Oh, man, all my 2 1s are getting disambiguated now. That can't be a 2. In fact, it is a 1 because of the 2-3 pair. This is now a 9. Look at this, it's all coming now. And this is where puzzles get fun in competition, when you can suddenly start going a bit quicker because you've got through the opening logic. Right, we've got 5 or 7 there. So 22. They're all odd, so that's going to be odd. That doesn't really help me. No, this is not 5 because 5's in one of those 2 cells. That's a 7. Right, excellent. Now, 7. Oh, do these, if we're using 2 cells from 3, 5 and 7 there, I think 3, 5 and 7 and that 7 make 22. They do. So this must be a triple, a 3, 5, 7 triple. Must be. And look, 5 and 7 are in those cells. So that one's a 3. And this is 5, 7. And we can get 3 there. That's really neat. Okay, 15 more in this diagonal. That's a very average number for 3 cells. Too average for my taste. Oh, that 7 is looking up here, so they're resolved. 3 is now here. 5. So these 2 have to add up to 10. They must be 8 and 2. Bingo. I could have done that from the 17 diagonal as well. Right, we are cooking with gas now. So a 6 there. Stupid leads getting in the way, excuse me. Right, 8 and 9 up here. Oh, and this 20, okay, but 8 and 9 is big, so if that was a 9, these add up to 6. But if it's an 8, they add up to 7. I don't know what to do with that. Right, 3 here, that's been resolved. 6 has been resolved as well. Sorry, it's not there, it's here. 5 and 7 there. So these are from 1, 4 or 9. I don't think this can be a 9. 9, 12, 15, 23. No, it's 1 or 4. 3, 6. These are adding up to 15, and they either add up at the moment to 9, 10, 12 or 13. 6, 5, 3 or 2 here. But it can't be a 6 or a 3, it's 5. Oh, it can't be a 2 either. Look, there's a 2 down here. So that's a 5, 5, 8, 11. So as long as I did the maths right there, these can only add up to 10 one way with a 1 and a 9. Lovely. And we've used these outside clues. I think we've used all the little killer clues apart from this extra 37 one. 7, 15, 19. These 3 add up to 18. Which could be 9, 4, 5. Actually, there's various combinations. So I'm going to just colour them to try and remember they add up to 18. And we'll come back to that. Now, what else have we got? We've got 8 is in those cells somewhere. So now 8 is here in the central box, which I'm feeling very guilty at having described as useless. I now know that that's a 2, 6, 7 triple because of 6 there and the 6 in the clue there. So this is a 1, 4, 9 combo. So 1 and 4 are up here. In fact, I can place 1 in my so-called useless central box. You're a lovely central box, and I do apologise to you. 3 and 5 are the only digits. Oh no, look, 3 can be placed. The central box was definitely the key to the puzzle, and I always knew it would be, whatever I said earlier. 5 and 4, look, they're all, that's brilliant. Loads of it is done now, most unexpectedly by me. 1 there, 6, 7, 8, triple, 1, 3, 5, that can't be that. In fact, 4 has to be there in this box. That's a 2, 9 pair. We get an 8 here. 5, 7, 9 at the top. But, Ah, this one can't be 7 or 9 according to this clue. So that's a 5. This is now a 4. So they can't be 5, 8, 1, 4, 9. Oh, I thought that was a naked single. It's not. This is a 5, 6, 7 triple, which works with the clue, the outside clue, obviously. 5, 8, 1, 4, 9. Ooh. Okay, let's be careful here. Right, 5 is in one of those two cells and isn't here. So actually 5 is placeable in this box. Now, these 3 add up to 18. What have I got left to place? I've got 9, 8, 7, 6, 4. That adds up to 34. So these two are 34 minus 18, I think. They add up to 16. They are 9 and 7, and that makes it very easy. 7 and 9 there. 8, 4, 6 in the remaining cells. And that was the last clue, the last little killer clue being done. And I think we must be able to just finish off now. I would have thought that is mandatory at this point. 6, 7, 8. 2, yeah, 7, 2, 6. That's nice. We've got 4, 2, 1 here. They can go straight in. We've got 5 and 8 here. They can't. This is now 7. 3 and 6 are done. That's now 6. That's 3. Oh, I don't know how those 5, 7 resolve. I do know how this 9, 1 go. So just pairs in columns 1 and 3 now. 8 and 2 are straightforward. This 7 and 9 are done. That fixes 7 and 5. And 8 and 5 to finish off. And that's a very nice puzzle. And maybe leaves me enough time to go and try the Sudoku Mahabharat myself today. Brilliant. Thank you so much to Akash for sending that. Really interesting workout. Very nice how those two rule sets, I've certainly never solved those two rule sets together before, so nice to see them come together. And I hope you had some fun with it. Hope to see you soon on the channel, as always. Look out for the podcast episode either on the channel tomorrow, or you may be able to find it somewhere else today. And see you soon. Bye for now.